So, Naruto to Boruto, Shinobi Striker, Defense Class. We're going to give you some of the top builds in the game. None of these are going to be secret. They're actually going to be pretty well known. But, here we go. Before we get started, I just want to let you guys know that right now we have currently 57% of the audience who actually is not subscribed. So if you guys want to go ahead and drop that like and subscribe button, that would really help us out. What is going on, all my fellow Shinobi Strikers? Talk here again. I'm hot, I'm sweaty, I'm tired. It's like 90 some degrees. I've been outside all morning doing yard work, cutting trees and all that. But here we go. Defense type. Naruto, Boruto, to Shinobi Striker. This is going to be something for anybody who's new coming to the game. Of course, very first thing that you're going to want to do. The very first thing you're going to want to do is go ahead and unlock all of the VR mentors. You do not need to have the DLC. DLC starts right here. So anything down. Unlock all the VR mentors. If you get the season passes and the DLC, fantastic. Go ahead and work on them too. But as most of my videos are, I will give you a few builds, some for DLC, some for non-DLC, and some of them will be hybrid. So, without further ado, here we go. So defense is one of the most versatile classes in the game because you have a lot of self-healing, you get a lot of crowd control. You can also do some really good damage. You can also stay long because you're self-healing for a long period of time. With that being said, the number one is going to be something that you will need the DLC for. And of course, coming in very first jutsu spot is going to be Snake Thrust. Great knockback, has potential to heal you based on the amount of damage that you deal. You can use this in any mode. Flag, you can use this to, knock the flag out. You can use this to knock people's defenses down. It's a great ability. Coming in the second ability you're going to use is Demon Hunter. That's found through the Zabuza DLC. It's a jutsu that prevents you from flinching from attacks when you use it. You'll see a lot of people use that, and they'll go ahead and activate that and then go to barrier battle and put the barrier up because it can't get cancelled. Very similar with Kamui Climax. You can also interchange that if you want. That is another DLC item. That is through Obito. Of course, the substitution is again up to you. I enjoy using the crystal mirrors through Haku, which is DLC, or I like to use the paper clone, which is Konan, non-DLC. And on this particular build, I'm actually using the Water Prism Rosary Bondage Jutsu. This one's actually unlockable. You do not need the DLC. You just have to play an X amount of rounds as defense type. So the more you play as defense, the more closer you'll get to unlocking it. The reason why I like to do this one is it holds them in place and it does continuous damage. And you can stack that alongside of other people's ults, so it's kind of a way to hold them, do damage, and hold them for someone else's ult. The weapon I like to use is the one that you get from the DLC Mi, or the Mizukage. They do have the single sword of this one, but this is the one that I currently like to use. And I enjoy using the digital paper bomb. But if you're going to be working on a knockback build, then I recommend using the blast bomb. Coming up next is a non-DLC build for people who don't have the DLC and they're not quite sure what, they came new to the game, not quite sure what jutsus to use, what class to use. So here we go. Of course, we're going defense. Weapon is going to be really up to you, but I like using Hidan's Scythe. You can use any color. The colors don't matter. The reason I like to use it is that attack speed. You don't get that great of hit rate, but you're fast. You can go ahead and use the paper bomb. Again, that's gonna be something you'll have to work for to unlock. But paper bomb is good. You put it right down your feet, does an explosion. As the costume items are concerned, I like to use the one that boosts your ninjutsu ability to cancel out other ninjutsus and to boost your guard. So when you're blocking, your guard won't break. I always use something like Battle Harden for the accessory to instantly refill my stamina, or my health, not stamina, to instantly refill my health when I defeat an enemy. And I use that along top with 8 trigrams rotation, which is available to everybody. You just have to again unlock that while just playing as defense type. And Ripple, which is a Mitsuki ability. It helps you absorb. You could do Snake Thrust, but this is the build that I use. Allows you to absorb health from the target. You get to heal yourself a little bit. Rotation is it does a good bit of damage as a defensive ability, knock people back, and the animation is funky to where you'll still use it even if you are done with the animation. So that's kind of nice. You can also stack paper bombs underneath yourself and use rotation, and if someone charges into you twice in a row, rotation one time, the second time they'll charge into you, you'll hit them with the paper bomb. You can also ripple them into the paper bomb, which is another cheesy kind of technique, but still fun to do. Again, using paper clone, that's the one my preference, and it resets their ninjutsu, seals their ninjutsu when they pop the clone. That's why I like to use it. And for alt, you can use a few different alts, but I prefer on this build Grand Sand Mausoleum. It does not do a one shot, but it will grab a bunch of people in the area and do a good amount of damage to a lot of people in the area. That's why I go ahead and use Grand Sand Mausoleum. My next build is a build that I use for flag battle and sometimes base battle. This one you will need the DLC for, specifically Jiraiya and Obito. And we can see here the top skills are one-man army, bottom skills are clear mind. That just shortens the ninjutsu cooldown. Battle hardened again for the accessory. Weapon, like I said, I use the Mii's weapon. Again, I'm using paper bomb. And then as the ninjutsus are concerned, sand shield from Gaara, because I'm defending the base, having a sand shield up. There's quite a bit of abilities that can block it, so this is kind of more to use sand shield to push somebody off of the flag versus kind of guarding the flag. If you're going against some inexperienced players, sand shield you can just put over the top of the flag. If you're going against some experienced players, sand shield you're going to want to try to push them off the flag, and it could almost be a waste of a spot depending on how good the other team is. Second jutsu I like to use is Jiraiya's Needle Jizo. It attacks the people. There's very few abilities that cancel it out, and you can also stack the explosive tags underneath you, and when they charge into you, they'll hit explosive tags. You'll do quite a bit of damage without actually ever having to hit them with your weapon. Again, no shocker there. Paper clone, we already discussed why. And ultimate, I like to use the bomb blast from Obito. The main reason why is it's not a very mobile ability, but I can stand here and shoot forward and do a bunch of damage, and if it doesn't one-shot them, it really hurts them. So that's the reason why I use that as the ultimate. And if you want to do some type of flag build and you don't have the DLC, I would recommend rotating Needle Jizo out with something like either Snake Thrust or 8 trigrams palm rotation. You can also use Dome Wall. All of these would be acceptable jutsus to rotate it out with. And alt, I would use, especially if you're going to be doing something, if you're going to be defending, I would use something like Sage Mode where it heals yourself and you'll be kind of self-sustaining. The next one we're going to talk about is a self-healing, self-sustaining build that's good for, really kind of shines in base battle, and because it's going to utilize knockbacks. There's nothing really hidden about this this build, a lot of people use knockbacks, and so it's just kind of how you prefer it on playing. Has a lot of success in the cloud. And so, again, skills are as follows for the top, bottom, and accessory. Nothing changing there. For myself, we are going to use a different ninja tool, which is going to be the bomb. You'll get a couple bounces, you'll knock them back, you get a couple charges with it. We will be using Snake Thrust, again, to knock them back and healing ourselves, as well as Subterranean Voyage, which is a Kisame ability that go ahead and heals you, and you'll kind of stop them from being able to gather points for the base. You could use this for the flag if you want to. Alt, again, is whatever you want to use. I use Hit and Miss Jutsu because I use this in tandem with a teammate, and so they use ability while I use Hit and Miss, so we kind of work together. I'm actually using the regular substitution jutsu because I am on base defense and I need to be able to sub quicker. And with my abilities, you'll see there the top skill boosts my secret technique gauge charge speed, so I can get the hit and miss jutsu faster. So this is a decent enough ability to use for defense, and if you want to use this and you don't have the DLC, just go ahead and switch out the hit and miss jutsu, and you can use something like the pillar explosion. Rosary bondage jutsu would be a fantastic idea if I was using my own combination build, or maybe something like Deep Forest, Super Shark Bomb. You get the hint. Any of them would rotate in and out with this pretty well. And as for the the pit is concerned, I'm not much of a pit player. I would not use these builds to go in there. I would alter them pretty heavily to do that. Stage mode, just for the ability to heal yourself. Grandstand Mausoleum. I got caught with 3 separate Grandstand Mausoleums one time when I was playing. Subterranean seems to be a must that people use a lot of, and I would rotate this out with. I'd keep Snake Thrust if you don't have DLC. If you do have DLC, I would use the Demon Hunter with Zabuza, and the ultimate, like I said, we just talked about. Again, substitution, using something quick. So the regular substitution jutsu is what I would recommend. Also, speaking of recommendations, I would recommend you guys join our Discord channel, where we are available 24/7, and we just talk about any and everything from anime to FPSs, and we're always looking for people to join our team and play with us. So we look on the Discord first. So whether you play on PlayStation, PC, or Xbox, come join the Discord. Also, feel free to like and subscribe to the video. That would help us out a ton. And yeah, that is it. Thanks guys for watching, and we'll catch you next time.